Hello, amazing sport lovers. Welcome again to another spectacular edition of Isco World Football. The Premier League is here upon us, and we have barely some couple of hours before we see the first game of the EPL 2026-2027 season between Arsenal versus Coventry. We'll be doing the match review after the match, so like the video, share the video, and subscribe or follow the channel so that you'll be notified once we drop end the video. Because trust me, this season is going to be awesome. It's open for everybody. So I was thinking that I've not really done this, so let me try to see if I can test my ability by doing my Premier League prediction before the first game kickoff. So I want you to drop your own prediction on if you agree with me or you disagree with me. I'll just drop all the list so that this video won't be long. Let me just quickly rush through my list. Should I start from the top or from the bottom? Let me start from the bottom, and this is me trying to be as fair as I could. The 20th position in the table for me, I think, is going to be Hull City. Yes, they just gained promotion, and I think they're going to find it difficult to really acclimatize to the vigorosity and the rigorosity of the EPL, because EPL and Championship, they are two different kettle of fish altogether. And the team I feel will come in the 19th position, I think, is going to be Ipswich Town. The last time that they gained promotion, they went back straight to the championship, and I think this kind of fit is going to be before them as well, especially when they lost their manager that brought them into the Premier League, and they are starting with a different caliber of manager. I think they are going to find it difficult. Yes, they will pick up some good wins, but I don't think they will survive the storm that is going to hit them in Premier League. And the last team I feel will be coming out in the relegation. Some people will be surprised, and I decided to put in Crystal Palace there. Now, the reason why I put in Crystal Palace, I think losing Oliver Glasner, because he did a fantastic job with Crystal Palace. Now you've lost the manager, you've lost most of the players, and the team they are not ready to invest into the thing. Coupled with the fact that they have Europe to actually fit into their schedule, I think it will affect them. And sorry, Crystal Palace fans, I think they are going to uh, be the last team that will be relegated. They can prove me wrong, just like I said, it's just my prediction. Drop your one if you agree with me. The team I feel will survive the relegation, so it's one of the teams that gain promotion. That's Coventry. Frank Lampard. Yes, I love Frank Lampard, and I saw that they've done a decent job in the transfer window. Yes, most times the transfer does not really define how you're going to perform, because one is to buy correctly, another is to allow the team to gel. And I think Frank Lampard is going to scale it this time around to survive in the Premier League. Now, the team I feel will be coming in 16th position is Newcastle United. Newcastle United, they are in the trenches, losing those volume of key players. You lost Isaac, you lost Gordon, you lost Gumeres. How do they want the team to survive? And Eddie Howe said, I don't want to kill my career, so I'm taking a walk. Let's see what the new gaffer is going to do. But I think they are going to struggle, but they will survive. The team I feel will be coming in 15th is Fulham. Yes, most people don't really understand what the Fulham manager did all these years, because they have a very sizable budget. And now that Habeloa have been there, gone there to become their gaffer, I think Fulham are always there. So I think they will finish there in the 15th position. The 14th for me is Leeds United. Leeds United, there used to be some banana skin in some teams, and they didn't change much of the team that ended last season. They just decided to put in one or two little spices players here and there, and I think they are going to do well in this season. In the 13th position, I think is going to be Nottingham Forest. I'm looking at my list. Nottingham Forest, yes, Eddie has gone. I said Eddie. Oliver Glasner has gone there, and I think the same thing he did for Crystal Palace is going to do that for Nottingham Forest, thereby stabilizing them in the Premier League and maybe see how you can progress them into the Europe competition. But this first season is going to try to understand the environment. So it's going to be a nice season for them. The 12th position for me is Sunderland. Sunderland, they did a nice job. Yes, they're fixing Europe and the Premier League is not going to be easy because I don't think that the team they have a lot of depth to fitting into this two competition. So they may find it difficult. They may find it really, really. Um, they will find it difficult in this season, but I just feel that they will finish close to the top half of the second table. So for me, the 11th position is going to be Everton. David Moyes is doing a fantastic job in Everton, and I think Everton they will fairly do well, even though Grealish is no more there, but they didn't lose most of their key players, so I think they will be there. So for me, the 10th position is going to be Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa is one team I find tricky in this season. Yes, nobody can deny what Unai Emery has done in that club. Now, losing so many of their players, just like Crystal Palace and Newcastle United, you lost Rogers, you lost Telemont, you lost Dean. Who else did they lose again? They lose a lot of their players, and Konsa gone to Arsenal, and they didn't really bring in enough. So putting Premier League and Europe, I think is going to hit them like a thunderbolt this time around in this season. So they will find themselves in the 10th position. For the ninth position, I think is going to be Brentford. Now, Brentford is one team that has just always been there. They tried to sustain themselves in the Premier League, and I think they are going to do the same. Now, for me, the eighth position is going to be Brighton. I think Brighton they will make it to the Conference League again, even though they have. I think they have the Europa competition to merge together with the Premier League, but I think that Brighton they knows how. In fact, the directors there and the sporting directors, everybody in that environment, they know how to manage the team very well, and I think they will do well also this season. So for me, the seventh position is going to be Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth, yes, they've lost their gaffer. I think Bournemouth is this kind of institution that they have it well structured. So even losing Iraola, bringing in a new gaffer, I just think they are going to blend well because those guys, the owners, they knows what they are doing. So that is that for me. For sixth position is going to be Liverpool. Now, Iraola has gone to Liverpool. They've lost Mohamed Salah, and they didn't really do. Even Konate is no more there, and they didn't really do much as I expect them to do to support the Gaffer. So merging Champions League and the Premier League, I think is going to affect them that they will drop off the Champions League log and fall into the UEFA competition. But it's a good step for Iraola. So for me, let's get to the Champions League position. I think the fifth is going to be Tottenham Hotspur. Now, Tottenham Hotspur, they are doing something that is unimaginable. Their signings, they are spot on. And they have just one game a week. So, I know definitely that Dizabi has a lot of time to gel the thing, and I think they will make it to the Champions League this time around. It's a big call for them because Tottenham they normally do the Tottenham all sports things, but I think Dizabi is going to bring in a different, a fresh air strategy, different energy into the team. So I think they'll finish in the fifth position. And for me, the fourth is going to be Man City. Now, Moresca is going to find it difficult. I did not imagine that even on the day Premier League is going to begin, Man City team is not settled. So as Fernandez better think twice before going to Man City because this team seems to be shaking. They are just less than 2 weeks before the end of the transfer window. Let's see what they are going to do. But I just feel like they will just they will find a way of still keeping in a Champions League position. So that's my fourth place for me. The third place is going to be Manchester United, the same place they finished. I think Carrick has brought some stability, and I think he's going to keep it up because they've done some nice signings, even though that they are not signings that make the headline. But I think Carrick is spot on with his signings. For me, the second is going to be Chelsea. Alonso is going to lift Chelsea into the Premier League position, and that is just my honest opinion. As a Chelsea fan, I would have wished if Chelsea can win the Premier League, but that's going to be a big ask for Alonso. But I think they will put up a fight and they will push Arsenal for the race. And Arsenal, I think they are going to retain the competition. Now, this is a statement coming from the Chelsea fans. I never wanted Arsenal to. But this is just me trying to be unbiased. I think Arsenal are going to retain the trophy. Congratulations. And drop your comment in the comment section. By me, we will know if actually our prediction is spot on or not. But I pray it's not going to be spot on. Drop a comment in the comment section and tell me if you agree, if you disagree. Drop your list in the comment section. Come on, let's go.